Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself and my partner. My name is Rana Fitri and my partner is Noah Amalia. We are from group 4. Here we want to tell you all about Let's Talk Friends. Let's talk friends. In academic life, the occurrence of discussion session could not be left without. Almost all academicians, such as teachers, lecturers, and students, must have already engaged into some discussion session. Discussions itself is a kind of talk aiming at problem solving or apprehending upon certain issues which are later reported or communicated for the public or audience. Assuredly, the topic that is adopted with the discussion session must be up to the minute and tangible. Contrariwise, it will be time-consuming if the discussion is only meant to talk about any old-fashioned issues. Furthermore, during the discussion, it's very open for you to state any of your opinions on the topic under the discussion. However, when you state the opinion, you are to be polite and wise. In addition, due to the fact that during discussion session there must be so many opinion, either it's of important to respect any opinions. Moreover, to conclude in the discussion session, it's of great urgency to not take on the result of the discussion. The following is what to do and not to do in discussion session. To-do list. 1. Using logically language. 2. Speaking directly on the point. 3. Being wise and calm down when stating the ideas. 4. Stating problem solving, not controversy. The following is what to do and not to do in discussion session. Not to-do list. 1. Don't being emotional. 2. Don't forcing others to follow your perspective. 3. Discrediting others' point of view. During the discussion, there must be the similarities and difference in perspective of one person from other ones. The former refers to agreeing while the latter refers to disagreeing. The following are some expressions to state your agreement and disagreement. Expression for agreement. I agree with you 100%. I couldn't agree with you more. That's so true. That's for sure. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what I feel. No doubt about it. You have a point there. And here expression for disagreeing. I don't think so. I'm afraid I disagree. I totally disagree. I beg to differ. I say the exact opposite, not necessarily. That doesn't hold the water. Here's scheme to following news display below and do the instruction afterward. News 1. Indonesian students recognized at Memory Championship in Hong Kong. 2 Indonesian students were awarded Grandmaster Memory titles at the International Asia Memory Championship in Hong Kong on August 26 until 27. Very softly from SMA 26 State Senior High School received the recognition for his ability to memorize 722 random numbers and 8 decks of cards in 30 minutes, while Safa Anissa from Kesatuan Bangsa Junior High School in Yogyakarta memorized 680 random number and 7 decks of cards in 30 minutes, according to Antara News Agency. In addition to the titles, Indonesia also collect 1 silver medal and 2 bronze won by Fahri Safa and a student of Salman Al-Farisi Junior High School in Bandung, Fatimah Aiko. Indonesia ranked 4 after Mongolia, Germany, and China. The Asia Memory Championship is part of the World Series ahead of the World Memory Championship slated to take place in Jakarta on December 1 until 3. And here's some important information of News 1. 2 Indonesian students, Fahri Safli and Safa Anissa, were awarded Grandmaster Memory titles at the championship in Hong Kong on August 26 until 27. Fahri received the recognition for his ability to memorize 722 random numbers and 8 decks of cards in 30 minutes, while Safa memorized 680 numbers and 7 decks of cards in 30 minutes. So Indonesia collected 1 silver medal and 2 bronze won by Fahri, Safa, and Fatimah. Here's news 2, and we should skim this news. What should sh- what should school put first? Discipline or creativity? What type of school do we want? Should it be about creativity and independent thinking, or should it be about getting the basic right and taking a top line on discipline? Of course, these things are not mutually exclusive. Many people would probably want both. In many ways, this no-nonsense view in the UK was closer to the less developed countries included in the surveys, such as Kenya and Nigeria, where the expectation was that school should go on with teaching the basics. Countries such as the United States, Australia, and Japan hover somewhere in the middle, with opinion divide. In China, there was the stronger demand to have all these aspects of education without choosing between them, as well as one to test public opinion on the style of education. The Pew Research investigate how much liberal or traditional views of education were proxies for political division. And here's the report about the news. Our report tells that between discipline and creativity, many people would probably want both. But based on the research, we should make priority. There is a clear preference in public for an education system that emphasizes creativity. List the detailed information of a news about environment damage due to human by adapting the concept of 5W plus 1H. Environmental damage faster than its recovery. The intensity and frequency of natural disasters have increased in the country because the pace of environmental damage is much faster than its recovery. The National Disaster Mitigation Agency revealed the fact on Monday. The pace of environmental damage has on an average reached 750,000 hectares to 1 million hectares per year. The government's capability to rehabilitate lands and forests on an average has only reached to 250,000 hectares per year. The agency's head of Center for Data, Information and Public Relations, Sutopo. The rivers tend to undergo degradation and the watersheds are in critical condition. Currently, the country has 24 million hectares of critical land. The environmental damage is caused by, among others, an increased demand for land for agriculture industry as well as housing, which could not be managed through disaster-based spatial planning, and urbanization. In addition, people's attitude regarding the environment, in this case, illegal logging and littering, is yet to change, he noted. In addition to the human factor, the environmental damage is also caused by global warming, climate change, and extreme climate, which have exacerbated the impacts of disaster. The capability of disaster mitigation in general is not adequate yet, both in structural and non-structural aspect, he added. During the January to February period, 513 natural disasters have hit the country, with a total damage expected to reach trillions of rupiah. Within this period, the authority has recorded 182 world wines, 157 floods, 137 landslides, 15 land and forest fires, 10 floods, 7 incidents of high tide and abrasions, 3 incidents of destructive earthquake, and 2 incidents of volcano eruption. The next presentation will be delivered by Nola. For Nola, the floor is yours.
Okay, next is list the detailed information of a news about environmental damage due to human by adapting the concept of 5W plus 1H. Title of News 1: Environmental Damage Faster Than Its Recovery BNPB, and what is the pace of environmental damage has on an average reached 750,000 hectares to 1 million hectares per year. The government's capability to rehabilitate lands and forests on an average has only reached 250,000 hectares per year. Who is agency head of Center for Data Information and Public Relations Sutopo, where in South Sumatra, when in Monday, and why? Because among others, an increased demand for land for agriculture industry, as well as housing, which couldn't be managed through disaster-based spatial planning and urbanism. How? In addition, human factors, the environmental damage is also caused by global warming and climate change and extreme climate, which have exacerbated the impacts of disaster. How to speak and respond properly and correctly. A. Open a conversation politely. Example: Hi, good morning, or hi, good afternoon. How are you? And what do you do? What do you usually do to get rid of stress? And what activity do you know? B. Dive in deeper with a topic. Example, really? I'm a vegetarian too. What made you decide to stop eating meat? I love cats. In fact, I have two. What types of cats do you have? And football is my future sport. What team do you support? And next, you're kidding. I drive a motorcycle as well. What type of bike do you have? Next, C. Don't forget to expect and be clear about your opinion. Avoid fake answer. Like, I don't know, what do you think? And has that been your experience too? How that ever happened to you? What do you think that is the case? And is that a good thing or bad thing? Next, D. If things get boring, change the topic. Example, that reminds me. Oh hey, did you hear that? And speaking of horse, I found out that. And okay, I'm totally changed the topic now. But I was wondering, blah blah blah. Not to go to, not to go off topic, but I recently heard that. Next, A. Close your conversation in a warm way. Example, well, if you ever want to chat again, I'm usually here every Monday afternoon. And let me give you my email address. If you are ever in the area again, it'd be great to meet up. And feel free to call me if you want to hang out. Here I'll give you my number. And I already enjoy your chat. Thank you so much. And it was really nice meeting you. Okay, casual conversation based on the following situation. Example, dinner invitation. A. We just moved into our new house. B. Wow, that's great. A. Why don't we have dinner tonight? B. Okay, I will come. I will bring you flowers too. A. That's very kind of you. Thank you. B. It's alright. Next example, birthday party invitation. A. Robert, do you have plans for the weekend? B. I have nothing definite planned. A. Saturday is Mary's birthday and we are throwing her party. B. Sure, I could come to her party. Where are you going to have it? A. It's going to be a pool party at Jay's apartment building. B. That sounds like fun. Is that potluck? A. We would like for people to help us by bringing side dishes and drinks. B. The dress will be casual then. A. Make sure to bring your bathing suit and dress casually. B. Sounds great. Just drop me an email with the time you picked. Next, example wedding party invitation. Mia. Hi Julia, how it's going? Julia. I'm good. How about you? Mia, I'm fantastic, Julia. Do you know? This Saturday I will be my wedding day. Julia, are you serious? What a good news, Mia. Congratulations. Mia, thanks, Julia. I would like to invite you to my moment. Will you come? Julia, of course, my dear. I'll be there. So tell me where and when. Mia, it will be an Ocean Park Avenue at 9 a.m. Saturday morning. Julia, okay, I won't break your heart, my dear. Mia, thanks, Julia. You are the best. Julia, okay, see you soon. Mia, okay, don't be late. Julia, okay. One of important skill you should master in the ability to retell past experience. This skill will help you to communicate better. Telling past experience with friends includes describing feelings and emotion using idiomatic phrases and various adjectives. The next slide will discuss some points used when you tell past experience. Example: this story happened when I was 16 years old. One of my friends, Alisa, asked me to sleep over in her house. She also asked two of my other friends, Lydia and Sophie, to stay over. Two of us, Lydia and me, slept on the bed, while the others slept on the floor. Alisa house is an old building which has a large yard with various trees and plants. It felt like we were in the middle of a small forest, and we loved it. The only problem we noticed was the bathroom. Alisa had one bathroom attached to her room which being renovated at the same time. So she told us while pointing her finger, you can use my grandma's bathroom. It was just across my room. You just need to open the door and cross the yard, and the bathroom is the yellow painted small building over there. When they came, we watched a movie and I was an earlier sleeper, so I slept while watching the movie and woke up at midnight. I needed to go to the toilet and all my friends slept soundly and I did what Aliza had told me to do. While crossing the yard to go to the toilet, I realized how quiet the surrounding was. The only noise I heard was the sound of rainfall. Yeah, it was raining. Just when I was about to open the toilet door, I saw Alisa's grandma inside her room through the window. She was sitting while humming and closing her eyes. I got back to the room and was thinking why Alisa's family let her old grandma to sleep alone in the detached house. Never once Alisa told me about her grandma, and I was sad, thinking how lonely she was there by herself. Her family is quite well off, and both her parents are pretty friendly. So I guess there must something going on. The next morning, I couldn't control my curiosity and asked Alisa, I just realized you never told me about your grandma. Alisa was boiling some eggs when she answered, I guess so. She passed away when I was 1 year old, so I don't know anything about her, only stories from my parents. I was silent for a moment. Does she sleep in the room beside the toilet? Alisa nodded. How do you know? And I started at her grandma's room. I met her last night. Okay, analyzing text. Simple past tense usage. 1. She also asks two of my friends to sleep on the bed. 3. It felt like we were in the middle of the forest. 4. We watched movie and etc. Vocabulary usage. 1. Bed. 2. Floor. 3. House. 4. Tree. 5. Plant. 6. Bathroom. 7. Room and etc. Idiom usage. Detached house. Quiet well and pretty friendly. Okay, thank you for your kind attention, and this enough from us. Thank you.